Every day, millions of people unknowingly feed an addiction that's silently destroying their confidence, focus, and mental strength. The worst part? It feels completely normal because almost everyone has it. In the next few minutes, you'll discover the invisible addiction that's controlling your life without you even realizing it. And once you see it, you'll never think about your daily habits the same way again. Point 1. The addiction to constant validation. The first invisible addiction isn't attention itself. It's needing someone else to tell you that you're enough. Every notification, compliment, like, approval, or praise gives your brain a tiny burst of dopamine. At first, it feels harmless, but over time, your mind starts depending on that feeling. Instead of asking yourself, "Am I proud of what I did?" you begin asking, "Will other people like it?" That small shift changes everything. Psychologists call this an external locus of control. Instead of measuring your worth from within, you let other people's opinions become your emotional steering wheel. The problem isn't receiving compliments. The problem is needing them before you can feel valuable. The moment your happiness depends on outside approval, you've handed someone else control over your emotions. One compliment can make your day. One criticism can destroy it. That's not confidence. That's emotional dependence. Strong people appreciate recognition. Weak people require it. And the more validation you chase, the less authentic you become. Because eventually, you stop being yourself. You become whoever gets the most applause. That's how invisible addiction quietly steals your identity. The strongest confidence isn't loud. It's the quiet belief that your value doesn't disappear just because nobody claps. Point 2. Comfort is becoming your favorite drug. Your brain is designed to save energy. Whenever possible, it chooses what's easy instead of what's meaningful. That's why comfort feels so good. But comfort has a hidden cost. Every time you avoid discomfort, you're teaching your brain that challenges are dangerous. Eventually, even small difficulties begin to feel overwhelming. You delay difficult conversations. You avoid learning new skills. You postpone important decisions. Not because you're incapable, but because your comfort zone has become your emotional safe house. Here's the trap. Comfort never announces itself as a problem. It whispers, "You deserve a break. You can start tomorrow. One more day won't matter." Those thoughts sound reasonable, but repeated often enough, they become chains. Psychologists know that resilience grows through manageable discomfort. Every difficult task you complete tells your brain something powerful. I survived. That simple message builds courage. Without discomfort, confidence slowly disappears. Because confidence isn't created by thinking positively. It's created by proving to yourself that you can handle difficult situations. Comfort promises peace. Growth demands discomfort. Only one of them actually makes you stronger. Point 3. The addiction to constant distraction. Silence has become uncomfortable. Think about it. The moment you're bored, you grab your phone. Waiting in line? Phone. Sitting alone? Phone. Feeling stressed? Phone. Most people aren't escaping boredom. They're escaping themselves. Constant distraction prevents your brain from processing emotions, solving problems, and developing creativity. Your mind never gets a chance to breathe. Psychologists explain that moments of quiet allow the brain to organize thoughts, regulate emotions, and build deeper understanding. But when every empty second gets filled with endless entertainment, your attention becomes fragmented. You lose the ability to focus deeply. Simple tasks feel exhausting. Reading becomes harder. Thinking clearly becomes harder. Even conversations become shorter because your brain expects constant stimulation. The invisible addiction isn't technology. It's the inability to sit alone with your own thoughts. That weakness doesn't happen overnight. It develops one distraction at a time. The strongest minds aren't those with the most information. They're the ones capable of uninterrupted attention. In a distracted world, focus becomes a superpower. Point 4. The need to always be busy. Many people confuse movement with progress. Their calendar is full. Their schedule is packed. They're always doing something. Yet somehow, they still feel empty. Being busy creates the illusion of importance. It makes you feel productive without necessarily moving toward meaningful goals. Psychologically, constant busyness often becomes an escape from self-reflection, because slowing down forces uncomfortable questions. Am I actually happy? Am I becoming the person I want to be? Am I chasing my own dreams or someone else's expectations? Those questions require honesty. Busyness lets you avoid them. Your brain begins associating exhaustion with success. But being tired doesn't automatically mean you're growing. Sometimes it simply means you're running in circles. Power comes from intentional action, not endless activity. Strong people know when to work. They also know when to pause. Because clarity rarely appears in chaos. It appears in moments of stillness. Point 5. Comparing yourself to everyone else. Comparison is one of the most socially accepted addictions in modern life. Your brain naturally notices differences, but when comparison becomes constant, it quietly destroys self-worth. Someone always seems richer, smarter, more attractive, more successful. And because you're comparing your everyday life to someone else's highlight reel, you always lose. Psychologists call this upward social comparison. Sometimes it motivates growth, but when it becomes obsessive, it creates chronic dissatisfaction. No achievement ever feels enough. No milestone lasts. You reach one goal, then immediately look at someone who's further ahead. The finish line keeps moving. That's exhausting. The invisible addiction isn't wanting success. It's believing your value depends on outperforming everyone else. Real confidence doesn't come from winning every comparison. It comes from becoming a better version of yesterday's you. Progress isn't measured against strangers. It's measured against your own potential. Once you stop comparing, you finally have enough mental energy to actually improve. Point 6. The addiction to immediate gratification. Your brain loves rewards. The faster they arrive, the stronger they feel. That's why instant pleasure is so addictive. Fast entertainment, fast shopping, fast food, fast results. Everything teaches your brain to expect immediate satisfaction. But meaningful success almost never works that way. Confidence grows slowly. Skills develop slowly. Discipline builds slowly. Relationships strengthen slowly. When your brain becomes addicted to instant rewards, patience starts feeling painful. You quit too early. You lose motivation quickly. You expect dramatic results after only a few attempts. Psychologists describe delayed gratification as one of the strongest predictors of long-term success. People who can tolerate temporary discomfort often achieve far greater results than people chasing constant pleasure. The invisible addiction teaches you to ask, "What feels good today?" Strong people ask, "What will matter 5 years from now?" That one question changes every decision, and eventually, it changes your entire life. Point 7. Forgetting who you're becoming. This is the deepest addiction of all. It's not validation, not comfort, not distraction. It's forgetting to consciously choose the person you're becoming. Every habit is a vote. Every decision shapes your identity. Most people think they're simply living, but in reality, they're training their brain every single day. Every excuse teaches weakness. Every act of courage teaches strength. Every difficult conversation builds confidence. Every avoided responsibility builds fear. Your identity isn't created by one dramatic moment. It's built through thousands of invisible choices. That's why this addiction is so dangerous. It convinces you that today's small decisions don't matter. But they always do, because the person you'll become next year is already being created today. The question isn't whether your habits are changing you. They are. The only question is, in which direction? Strong people don't wait until they feel motivated. They build identities through consistent actions. They understand that confidence is earned, discipline is practiced, resilience is trained, and freedom is built one decision at a time. If this video opened your eyes, don't let it end here. Awareness is powerful, but action is what changes your life. Starting today, pay attention to the small habits that quietly control your thoughts, emotions, and decisions. The more you recognize them, the less power they have over you. Remember, real strength isn't about being perfect. It's about becoming more conscious every single day. If you found this video valuable, hit the like button, subscribe to Wise Habits, and turn on notifications so you never miss another lesson that helps you build a stronger, calmer, and more powerful mind. I'll see you in the next video.